What could this possibly be right here, ladies and gentlemen? What could this be? Look at that. Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another great old school review, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't done one of these in forever. And tell me if you guys appreciate these, because look at that Clash of Champions right there. Clash of the freaking Champions, though. You know what? I appreciate doing these for you guys. I love doing them. These old reviews are fun and fun to put together. The first old school review that I've done for you guys really hasn't got that popular yet. But the Clash of Champions is such a great event, such a historic event in wrestling history, and I feel like I should bring them all to you guys. And of course, the other one that I've done is Clash of Champions 1, very first Clash of Champions. If you haven't seen that yet, go back, watch it. Pretty much in a nutshell, my eventual goal is to do a lot of the old school wrestling shows and review them for you guys, tell you my opinion about them, and just go through them all. My first goal is to go through all the Clash of Champions because I'm a big WCW mark. I love it. I love WCW. It's my favorite company. It will always live on in my mind and my heart because I love it. I love WCW. It's my favorite company. Let's get to the Clash of Champions 2, ladies and gentlemen. Miami Mayhem. Welcome back. You know what? Clash of Champions 2 took place on June 8, 1988 at the James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida. You know what? There really isn't any significance in this show. There was, if you some random facts, there was 2,400 people in attendance. The show drew a 4.8 rating on TBS. Yes, again, like the first one, the second one was on free television. Every single Clash of Champions was on free television, guys. So let's get to the matches, guys. We are back here and back with the old school review here of Clash of Champions number 2, Miami Mayhem. I watched over the course of a few days the very first match of the card, which was Barry Windham. Actually, it was for the NWA United States Heavyweight Championship. Barry Windham, the champion, the U.S. champion, versus Bret Armstrong. The match lasted 13 minutes and 35 seconds, so that was kind of a lengthy match there. It was the opening match, and honestly, this match was just there. Nothing really special happened in this match. Pretty much James J. Dillon, JJ, he interfered in the match a couple times. He aided Barry Windham to win this match. And honestly, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch this match. I wouldn't go out of my way to do it. Throughout the match, like I said, JJ helped Barry Windham and pretty much was the factor of the match to help him win. The crowd was into it. This match served its purpose as the opening of the show because the opener helps get the crowd pumped up for the show, and it did this. The crowd was really behind Bret Armstrong. Not enough for him to be like a huge star or anything, but they were behind him. The crowd was definitely into booing Barry Windham, though. That was the big factor. The crowd, during this time, I think this was about the time that Barry Windham first, or around when he joined the Four Horsemen. Or he already did join the Four Horsemen at this point, but I think this was about the first little bit that he did. And because of that, I think that's why Bret Armstrong was over with the crowd a little bit, because they wanted the good guy to win. in the match. But in the end, pretty much Barry Windham won. He recaptured the NWA title. He beat Bret Armstrong with the claw hold. With the dreaded claw hold, and he got on his forehead, pinned him down to a 3 count. I wonder why the ref pretty much counted the 3 count, because I think it would have been more impactful of an ending of the match if he would have raised the arm up and down 3 times and declared that Bret Armstrong was out. So, in a nutshell, it served its purpose as the opener to hype up the crowd a little bit. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch the match though. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Welcome back. We are on the next match here. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Some old school backstage WCW stuff, man. Can't get too much better than this. But this is a great segment right here, guys. Great segment. The 4 Horsemen attacking Lex Luger when he first got to the event there, down at the Clash of Champions 2. That's great. I love these old backstage events, guys. It makes it seem more real. But one problem here, guys. One big issue I had with this segment right here, though. It's kind of nitpicky, but you know, segments like this needs to be in between the matches. In my opinion, that's just a big thing in mine. By the way, this happened during the NWA United States Tag Team Title match between the Fantasticks, Bobby Fulton, Tommy Rogers. They're the U.S. Tag Team Champions. They're facing the Sheepherders, which you guys know of them being the Bushwhackers in the WWE. Butch Miller and Luke Williams, and their manager Rip Morgan. But yeah, they're the Bushwhackers. Oh, that's crazy. I just realized I'd done camera for 3 out of 4 of these guys. But yeah, that is my big pet peeve. The match just pretty much started between these tag teams for the U.S. tag titles, and right away they go right to that segment, like without even like too much of a warning. I hate that. I hate that editing. It's not necessary. It's unfair for the guys that's in the ring. It just sucks, guys. I hate that. That is a big pet peeve of mine. Well, let me continue watching this match. I just wanted to show you guys that it's a big pet peeve of mine that wrestling companies does that for wrestlers like that. So I'll get back to you when the match is over. The winners and still your United States Tag Team Champions, the Fantasticks. Look at this. He rolls under. He pushes him up against the ropes. And roll him up. And then for the 3 count, and as you guys can see here, like, they try to come in for the save. Doesn't happen. That's the end of the match. They retain your tag titles. You know what? This match is kind of forgettable, I have to admit. But at the same time, I got to see the Sheepherders in a different element, which kind of surprised me. Pretty much, when there were the Bushwhackers in the WWF, their stint in that company, the very few matches that I've seen of the Bushwhackers back then, I never really was a great fan of those guys. I never really got to see any of their matches. But the few matches that I've seen, they were always there for the comedic aspect of the entertainment business. Kind of like the Santino Marella role. I know it seemed like the few matches I've seen of them in the WWF, I never really got to see their wrestling abilities very much, which is not their fault. It is company's fault. But in this match, I got to see the wrestling ability of the Sheepherders, and it was pretty decent. I was very surprised that I got to see a different aspect of their wrestling abilities. But at the same time, there was quite a few like sloppy moves in the ring, which took away from the match for me. And there was still a lot of good points in here. The Sheepherders, they were doing a lot of heelish things, like getting a steel chair and using it against the Fantasticks quite a bit behind the referee's back. I love when heels do that to baby faces behind, doing the heelish thing behind the referee's back. I love it when they do that. So great stuff. The crowd was into it a lot. So that was another good point. Just like the first match, nothing memorable came out of this match. You can easily skip by it and don't care about it. So far, as you can see, this is a different day of me filming this. And this is probably like the second or third time me trying to get through this event. I'm finding myself hard getting through this event. It's kind of difficult getting through it. So far, Clash Champions 2, Miami Mayhem is kind of a down event. Like the two matches so far, yes, they're good, decent matches for what they are, but they are easily forgettable. You can easily just skip by them. You can easily so far skip through this event. So let's go into the next match, guys. Okay, guys, let's get what's going on. The next match that was on the card was a tag team match between Jimmy Garvin, Ronnie Garvin, facing off against Rick Steiner and Mike Rotunda, pretty much the Varsity Club members. When the Varsity Club was going hot back in the day. Pretty much this match was one big lead up to the Great American Bash match that year, the Tower of Doom match. This match was nothing but a build up to that. If you guys never have seen the Tower of Doom match, go see it. Great American Bash of '88, I believe. But this match was pretty decent. It built up to that match perfectly, in my opinion. During the whole match, Kevin Sullivan was also locked up in a cage on the outside of the ring, and during the whole match, he was trying to lure Precious into coming near the cage because she had the key to the cage. And towards the end of the match, she ended up working her way, for some reason, to the cage. I don't know why she would go near it, but he was waving like a little letter at her during the match, so there could have been something in there that she wanted, so that's why she came near the cage. And while she done that, that's when Kevin Sullivan reached for the key so he can open up the cage, and he did. And that's this towards the end of the match. He then got out of the cage, started choking out Precious, the tag team partner of Jimmy Garvin. Probably not tag team partner, the manager. And then that's when Steve Williams, Dr. Death, he was done commentating. He came out and started beating up on Kevin Sullivan and protecting Precious and to protect Precious. And then they got in the ring. Precious got out, and she started pushing around Jimmy Garvin like, "Hey, why didn't you protect me? Blah blah blah." And she kind of stormed out like a typical woman does when she's pissed off. But the match was pretty good. It did a very good job on building up to the Tower of Doom match at the Great American Bash a couple months after this event. And again, still, that match, you can easily skip over that match if you wanted to. It's a usual theme of this Clash of Champions, seems like. So. But the winners of the match ended up being Jimmy Garvin and Ronnie Garvin. Jimmy Garvin ended up pinning Rick Steiner. So, there you have it. Next up, let's go watch the next match, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, let's talk about this match right here, guys. Nikita Koloff versus Al Perez. I swear, guys. This match really has served no purpose to me or anything. A matter of fact, what's happening right now is probably the most entertaining thing that happened in this match. Pretty much in a nutshell, you can see what's happening right now. Nikita Koloff is face down on the mat. In a nutshell, what happened was, you can kind of see it right here. Larry Zbyszko, some old school Larry, comes down and starts attacking Nikita Koloff, and which caused a disqualification. And then there goes Gary Hart attacking Nikita as well. So pretty much in a nutshell, the winner by disqualification, Nikita Koloff. So that's it of this match right here. Nikita Koloff wins by DQ. I don't know what to think. The main event is next, guys. Main event is next, and I don't like this Clash of Champions at all. I don't know, guys. I'm trying to think of anything the good points I've given to you guys throughout all these matches. It's me trying my hardest to come up with something good. You know, I'm not really entertained by these matches at all. It's like, I love bringing these old school reviews to you guys, but at the same time, some of these events are crap. But let's hope the main event kind of saves it, you know. So let's go watch the main event real quick. It's the end of the match. Okay, the main event was pretty much in a nutshell. It was the NWA World Tag Team Title match. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard versus Dusty Rhodes and Sting. All four of these guys, great professional wrestlers. The main event was a pretty good main event, guys. It told a great story. It done its job, as you know. It's a very good main event. Each match in the show led up to build up the main event, which, you know, in essence does the job for the show. But the main event, in my opinion, really wasn't good enough to save the show, guys. This was a very, very forgettable Clash of Champions. Look at the credits right there rolling. But the main event was good. It ended in a DQ when Barry Windham came down and it started attacking Dusty Rhodes there, as you've seen. So pretty much your winners via disqualification, Sting and Dusty Rhodes. But they did not win the tag team titles. Still your tag team champions, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard. Good match, very good match, great match in my opinion. But not great enough to save the show though. Clash of Champions 2, Miami Mayhem, kind of a failure. Sorry there, guys. It kind of cut out on me. But like I was saying, good main event, wasn't enough to save the show though. The card, even the card, the names on the card, is, if you look at the card, it looked like a pretty decent show. But in my opinion, it kind of failed. Tell me what you guys think about the show. If you guys have seen it before, what's your guys' views and stuff on it. Leave the comments down below. Tell me what you thought about the event, Clash of Champions 2. And your ways of getting the Clash of Champions 2. There's a couple different ways, guys. They did release a VHS back in the day. It's one of the more pricier events, VHS tapes that the NWA WCW came out with back in the day. I believe it was like the first 3 or 4, if not the first 5, that came out on VHS. None after did come out on VHS. So there's a VHS option of this event. I got a bootleg DVD copy in this little set right here. Yeah, so there's the bootleg option for you. And of course, the WWE Network has it up right now as well. And you probably can find it on YouTube as well, I think. So there's a couple ways right there for you guys to go out and find the show, watch it, enjoy it. For you WWE Network subscribers, click, 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 bloop. It's on there. It's on your television. A few clicks of the remote control and you've got it on your TV. So, Clash Champions 2, though, my opinion, failure. It does. It in a nutshell, it was a show that tried to build up the Great American Bash that year, and it did do its purpose. It did. They just focused on it building up to the Great American Bash too much, and it kind of took away from the show itself. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, favorite, share this video. I do enjoy doing these old school reviews for you guys, believe it or not. Even though I kind of was down on this event. But thanks for watching, guys. And just stay tuned for more old school reviews from the biggest nerd one. Peace.